We are tapping into your ancestral energies today, and we will find out what karmic pattern you are stuck in and why, what are the effects, remedies, in and around everything your soul needs to heal because the wounds are real. Hari Om Tat Sat. Healing ancestral soul wounds. That is what we are going to do today. There are two beautiful looking cards we have and 3 charms kept in place. The first option of choosing your pile is to resonate with the charms here, which have been kept on top of the deck. Now, if you can't intuitively pick, only then go ahead by picking the name's starting letter, which is displayed on the screen. I'll give you 1 or 2 moments to take a deep breathe in, breathe out, and connect with the cards' energies. I'm already feeling very positive. I think you're very confident, changing, transformation, caterpillar. You're seeing how to transform yourself. You want to change, get a makeover. All of those vibes I'm getting already before even you pick the pile. Okay, we are going to dwell into all of your ancestral energies, and it's extremely powerful and healing. What you have inherited from them, what is the burden that you're carrying, and how to release it also if remedies come up. Everything is going to be revealed today, so it's kind of overwhelming. So make sure you are ready for it. Okay, I think that's enough time. Amazing. So let's pick from here now. Whoever picked this charm. I'll see what is the first card that I feel like picking for you. Sibling rivalry. So if you have seen this pile and the connection that you have, you're going to be amazed. Sibling rivalry imprint you have, root causes ancestral jealousy, inheritance, wars, divided families, effect of this particular imprint, comparison, envy, strained sibling bonds. So you have seen in families that you fight a lot with siblings. But this reading is not just about those silly fights that you have. That any kid's situation will already put them in a situation where they fight, and that's fine. But this is not that. This is something deeper. I can see 2 men and their wives, and they can't live in the same house. Although you're rich, you have rich heritage, you have all the money, and your parents are also happy. There is actually no issue. You have children, but the family can't stay intact because of the fights that have been happening in the family. Something like this I'm seeing. So you or your sibling cannot live in peace at one place. Either the situation that I explained is true, or you fight a lot and you don't get along at all. There's no full that close relationship that you see outside world, where siblings are like so close to each other. Even if they are cousins, they get along so well. But here you are completely related to each other, born from the same mother, yet you are unable to connect. This is what I can see here. Now there is a healing ritual which is given, and here it says open, say yes, open, not broken, trust life. So no matter how your situation is with your sibling, this is what happened in your last life. You're carrying the burden of the karma, the land that was meant for your sibling, you have taken it away. So your sibling literally hates you now because they carry that burden or energy of your past life. Now write a letter of forgiveness to your siblings, alive or past, burn it with sandalwood. Do this and you're going to see instant relief. They're going to find relief instantly. And if this is also doable, there is another remedy which is coming up. 2 mirrors you keep in front of you, unbreakable mirror, and then chant to each other positive affirmations or gift each other mirrors. This also has the energy which is unseen. The energies that you will be giving each other, but give it with a good intention, give it with forgiveness, compassion, kindness, to bring in love only. Next, there's also another remedy which is coming. One is the healing ritual that you have to do. It's taking a lot of courage for you to let go of the hurt your sibling has caused. And I'm so sorry, I can feel that energy. Now, the remedy is to light 2 ghee lamps, one for you, one for your sibling, and pray for harmony. This you can do every Friday, and you can do it for 4 weeks. After that, leave a month's gap, see for changes, look for changes, and once you see some change, again do it for 4 weeks. Every Friday. Now, if you were running away from this, and if you were like, I can't deal with this, and you got separated with your sibling and not in contact, no contact situation, separation with your sibling, and you crave for that love of sibling, then be open, because the moment forgiveness happen from both ends, that's when you will see this is going to work out for the best of both of you here. It's not like only your mistake or the person's mistake, other one's mistake. Now, misuse of power. Like you saw in the earlier cards, you fought a lot for money, land, heritage, etc. So, misuse of power also is seen. Ancestors who abused authority or spiritual knowledge. So, you come from a family who has a lot of spiritual knowledge, fear of leadership, or attraction to toxic power dynamics. Now, it can also be in siblings or family dynamics itself can be so toxic, and one feels too much dominating on the other one, controlling the other one. The other one feels like no use talking to this person, so they just stonewall you. So it's a karmic cycle or pattern that you're stuck in and not knowing how to heal from there. The remedy which has come for this, keep clear quartz and labradorite near your altar to balance power and purpose. Like I said, you have come from a psychic ability family who has a lot of psychic abilities. So you could use it for your altar. Morning dew, clarity, a fresh start, a positive outlook. Now on, I think forgiveness is going to be so easy for you. Now that you learned that this is ancestral burden that you're carrying and your soul carries this memory of hurting each other at wars, you fought with each other, blood was shed over small disputes like this, ego clashes, all of that. Now you know to do better. Next, suppressed creativity. Now, root cause, ancestors unable to pursue art, music or passion due to survival demands. And you all, whoever picked this pile, I want you to watch this movie called Coco. It's a animated movie, I believe, and go ahead and watch what this is about. You will find clarity and you are going to thank us after coming back. Watch that movie, come back and then comment. You will see why you had to go through all of this. The ancestors who were not able to pursue any passionate things or creative things, now you are that ancestor who's carrying all of these burdens. Creative blocks, low confidence in talents. You have always been somebody who's not fully creative like other people. You are not someone who enjoys these things. You don't know how to draw, you don't know how to paint. You always admire people who do that and you're like, damn, I wish I could do that. How do people do this? You don't even know anything. So now you can start doing something like painting, singing, dance in their honor. Like remember all your ancestors and start with your dance. Dedicate your creation to them. All of these things you can do as a ritual for yourself to heal. Remedy. Burn orange candles. Keep marigolds on your altar. So you could use some flowers, keep it in your altar. By altar, you might be confused. What's an altar? It's simply a place of practice. If you're a tarot reader, if you are a who manifests with candle, if you cast spells and you are into all these occult things, then the space that you work is your altar. So there you can burn your orange candles and also keep marigolds and offer it to your Pitrus. Because I think Pitru Paksha is over and you didn't do any ritual per se for the Pitrus. So you had to learn this through the card reading itself. Now, generational silence also is there. Painful truths avoided, abuse, miscarriage, trauma. So women in the family have suffered a lot here. Oftentimes now these days, I don't think women really get what was the pain of our older generation women, elderly women. They've been through a lot. A lot of men have abused them, traumatized them. And it's unbelievable how these days trauma is as small as missing a bus. But back then it was real, it was all there. We can just sit here and tell this is all very nothing, no trauma was there, it was such nice era. But there is something unspoken of here. Generational silence. You see pin drop silence in your houses because nobody wants to bring the elephant in the room. Unspoken tension, psychic heaviness. I did mention you are a family who had psychics, and that misuse of psychic ability has given you no intuition now or loss of psychic abilities, because our intuition is based on how is our integrity, how we are going to help people. That is why God chose us in the first place, to help people. But if we are using it for mean purposes or mean purpose, if we are using the abilities for mean purpose, or if we are using it in not a nice favorable situation for someone, then that will all be taken back. So the healing ritual for such things is write the untold stories and bury them under a tree. Ask your grandmother, ask your mother, is there something they went through emotionally because of men in their life? Sorry, I'm specifying this way because it's only giving me that energy. Men in your family are really misogynist, and they've really mistreated women in your family, and that is the burden you're carrying. So now you have to ask your mother or grandmother, any woman, aunt in your family, write down what all traumas or torture men caused, and then bury it under the tree so that you are aware of what really they went through. Offer milk and rice to the moon on a Monday night and ask for peaceful release. This is a beautiful, beautiful reading. Now I'll wind up with this pile and I'll head with the next. Wow, that was so insightful. Now, who chose this charm? Let's see what is in store for you here. Let me pick intuitively. Ancestral comparison cycle. You're stuck here. Look at the other person. That person has a bike. Look at this other person. They have this house. And we don't. So you're pressurizing your husband, you're pressurizing your sibling, you're pressurizing your family in order to keep up with society. You're doing this ancestral comparison cycle. You're stuck in this. Your family legacy based on hierarchy, comparison or competition, insecurity, sibling rivalry, fear of never being enough. So you always feel you're not enough. You also compare in social media your growth and someone else's growth. You're really hell-bent on growing. Maybe somebody who's a newbie has come and got a lot of followers suddenly. You can't stand that. You can't stand, how can a newbie without working hard with anything? They just succeed all the time. Whatever this person is doing, they're successful. And I had to work so much towards it. So that jealousy is going to only cause more harm towards you, and that's the energy you have to work on, because you're carrying this burden that your parents or your ancestors always used to compare you with other people, and you always had to do better, always better than other people. Someone else is studying harder, you do better. Someone else is a doctor, you become a doctor. So that comparison had so much impact on you. You're still carrying the trauma and wound. The second bloom, second chance, new possibility. So this life is a new life. Now that you know why you are stuck in this loop of fighting or running this rat race, you're stuck here, running the rat race. So it's really not your time to shine, then you won't. It's moon and sun. We all have different time to shine. So we should wait for our time to shine. And there's simply no need to compare yourself with other people. That is something you need to know. Now, healing ritual. I honor my unique path and worth beyond measure. The remedy that you have to do is meditate with sunstone or carnelian for self-confidence. Check the pronunciations later and accordingly you act. This comparison cycle, my God, has caused so much trauma. Too many people come in for counseling because their parents compared them and now they compare themselves with other people's life. Not married, I'm 36. Not married, I'm 33. I don't have a kid, I'm 40. So they are keeping up with some timeline which nobody really created. It's your time to get married whenever you want, whether you want to get married or not. It's your time to have kids whenever you want. So it should be by your choice, not because someone else is having a baby. That's why you should have a baby. It's that really why you want to have the baby, then that's totally not the right way to move forward, I think. Martyrdom programming. So, ancestors who suffered for the family, sacrificing personal happiness, you feel guilty for receiving or resting. So, often you've observed this with your mother or father or somebody. If they sit peacefully and get their me time, the other person is very bothered with it, or you're bothered if someone else is sitting peacefully. That's something where you're like, you want to sacrifice your personal happiness and keep doing for other people. What's wrong in taking some me time and relaxing now? You won't know why, because you're programmed that way from plenty generations, that you don't want to sit at one place and rest, etc. So you've always sacrificed your happiness for someone else's growth. So the effect of this is you feel guilty for receiving or resting. And quite literally, I've seen all the ladies in my house, they have this problem. They have this programming. So if I'm sitting idle and just having my meantime, they will assign a work. Or if they are sitting and I ask, are you resting? No, I have plenty works to do. And they just get up. So that feeling guilty for even resting, that's not a nice sign. So that's something you need to work on. Light a white candle and repeat, I release guilt, I honor my joy. So self-love comes from resting, rejuvenating, taking time off for yourself. Now, remedy that you can do here is do something joyful and carefree as an offering of healing to them. So in their name, you say, hey, listen ancestors, what all time you could not get for yourself, today I'm living that life. And I'm going to dedicate today. We used to dedicate songs earlier for our friend or our mother, father, and we used to call this radio and dedicate song. Like that, you dedicate your day or this carefree activity that you will do for your ancestors. How to dedicate? Or go outside, look up at the sky, and with open arms say, ancestors, I'm dedicating this activity today for you, and release all the traumas that you faced. And I'm so sorry you had to go through this. So that is something like you're the chosen one to release all of these things. Stop the endless searching. I can hear for you collaboration, partnership, and friendship. More to do with how you'll reunite with your family members, actually. So your current family are all connected to your past life. So they were related to you one or the other way. Few of them were your brothers, sisters, few your parents, few your gurus. So based on what vibe they are giving you, sometimes a 5-year-old kid will act like a guru all the time towards you. So that simply means they have that inbuilt energy in them that they were your guru and they want to teach you something. And if you are in an endless search of something, stop this right now. What you're searching for is right there. And there's nothing that you need to look outside. Everything is there wherever you are. That's the heaven. That's the truth. Let's see more here. What is this? Repetitive relationship wounds also you have. Lineage filled with heartbreak, betrayal, and abandonment. Attracting unavailable or painful partners. So this is what it is. Your heart is full of love, but the other person is not receptive because you've attracted someone so much into just this betrayal, abandonment, heartbreak. They'll cause you all of this. So if it's possible, do this healing ritual. Write down repeating patterns in love. So you're someone who has to work on your love here. So what is it that is repeating here in love? Are they physically unavailable? Are they emotionally unavailable? Are they not allowing you to express you or yourself? Then express yourself. Then write all of those repeat patterns down and burn it. That's the best way to let go, I think. Burning it and then blowing the ashes away. Plant a rose quartz crystal in soil. If this is possible, please do it. I heard crystals carry so much energies. Sometimes it's painful. So be very careful when you pick crystals. I'm not into crystals. I don't have any crystals. I'm never attracted to any crystals so far. So only learning about them, I've liked learning about them, but I don't feel attracted towards crystals that much. And it's not my journey, I think. But here you are having this journey of crystals. And offer rose water to your ancestors and pray for emotional healing. And while you do this, do it during your bath time. Do it as a bath ritual, I would suggest. And imagine a white light or rose kind of thing in your heart like this. visualize all of this. Of course, you can't just put a vision board or something. You can visualize this, close your eyes and visualize as if you're dreaming, and then offer the rose water directly to the ancestor, saying, I offer the rose water towards you. And if you have the capacity to go travel, then you could do it near by a river. I'm seeing a river or water place where there's flowing water. You can do it there as well. And you can do it near sea as well. Wow, this is amazing. You could sit near sea and meditate. That is what I'm seeing. You can do this. If you live somewhere nearby sea, or you're traveling towards sea or beach areas these days, you could do this ritual there as well. Oh, this is amazing. Plant yourself here. Integration, embodiment, and action. So, become the tree. Traveling somewhere, not learning about the repeat patterns, and keep leaving. Destination addiction. Next. Okay, here this boss is not good. Oh, next work, I will get good boss. Oh, here the work is not good. Next, I will get a nice working environment. Here colleagues are not good. I will quit. I will go elsewhere. So just shifting your environment is not going to change who you are core within. So you have to understand that you cannot control 10 other people around you. You can only control yourself. So become the tree. Be rooted, be grounded somewhere, and observe the environment around. Then the fruits that you'll bear of your own, this planting yourself, is amazing. That is going to happen. That change is coming towards you. I can see it. I can feel it. Loneliness wound is also there. Like we saw, there is abandonment. Similarly, your ancestors isolated due to exile, caste, and widowhood. So you have that. Like I did see ladies or someone feeling guilty to even enjoy life. So that is what was the cause of it. Feeling misunderstood, chronically alone. Healing ritual. Light 3 candles for companionship, connection, and comfort. So any color, I would prefer a pink one. Reach out to someone for honest sharing. Wear pink or green crystals for heart healing. And you can also do something called Hope Ho'oponopono prayer. I swear by it. Now this pile is over with a lot of good energies. Ending note. Wow, that was beautiful. Let's go with the next one. Who selected this must be truly blessed. I see intuition, spiritual knowledge, your aura. You're positive here to find solution. Let's see what is the wound you're carrying, how to get rid of this wound. What's happening? What's the secret your DNA, your ancestors are giving you? Let's find out. Ancestral guilt of injustice. Harm done to the innocent. You're a healer. You can't just bear these things anymore because someone has harmed the innocent. Land, people, animals by forebears. Subtle guilt, karma of debt, generational anxiety also you have. If you are wondering why I'm so anxious or you have anxiety, then there is something your ancestors are guilty of doing. They've not done justice to people, and that is why you carry the anxiety within you. Offer rice and turmeric to the earth with a prayer of apology and balance, because you carry these wounds and burdens. Your soul remembers what has happened to poor animals, people, and land. Right? So people, so injustice in a way that you cheat, abandon, misuse, not give commitment. I see child related something also, some injustice has happened. All of this. So you will have delay in pregnancy, you will have delay in marriage, you will not have a family life which is peaceful. That's why you have to do this, offering rice and turmeric together to Mother Earth with a prayer of apology. What's the prayer of apology and balance? I'm so sorry. I don't remember the injustice. I couldn't stand up for other people. But if it is my family or I have committed this as an ancestor, please forgive me, Mother Earth. I'm offering rice and turmeric as a resolution for it, or as an offering, donation towards Mother Earth. I'm giving back some abundance back to you. Please accept this and help me. Now, it also says as chant Gayatri Mantra 108 times for ancestral purification, but please use your discretion. Not everyone can chant this mantra, and it is extremely powerful. Can be chanted without guru initiation. Find that out first. Can a woman chant, and when? Who can chant? How? All of this. Find out. Use your knowledge here. These are just to be taken as guidance and not the sole truth. Okay. Next, let's see with respect to rose also, what is this? The crowning, initiation, threshold, rebirth. Like I said, this is a very lucky pile. You have taken rebirth to understand something deeper that you couldn't in your last life. And a lot is coming towards you. Blessed things are coming towards you. But you know what's happening? Scarcity mindset. You are so abundant, but you always have scarcity mindset. Generational poverty, wars, famines. Famines are like you didn't have any food and you had a lot of hunger, stolen wealth, so stealing, theft. So this life you might be accused of stealing someone's recognition, someone's work, and you have this stealing energy. You steal the show, you steal the limelight, you like doing all of that, and not a nice place to be. So hoarding, fear of loss, always feeling not enough. This is all what you're feeling because of the wounds or burdens that you're carrying of your past life. Now place coins in running water as an offering to Lakshmi, so that this poverty related oath that you might have taken, or you might have ruined someone's life by causing them financial crisis because you stole or did the theft. Use green adventurine, affirm abundance daily. There is always enough. So you always say this, it's not enough. Use a different word or reword how you speak. When you say, oh, listen, I don't have some cash on me, always say, I have it somewhere. I'm saving it. Now at the moment, I don't have this money to spend. Even if you want to say it in the most nicest way, this is how you will say. Always believe you are abundant and have abundant things. Do it your way, free yourself, unique. So you don't have to explain yourself to anyone. Now that you learned why these things are happening, understand that you're unique, you're special, and there is a remedy coming up for you. During Navratri or any Navaratri period, you can use lotus as an offering to Durga Ma every single day. Offer a new flower every single day, and then collect all 9 flowers and then offer it back to Mother Earth or leave it near flowing water. And while you offer this lotus to Ma Durga or any Devi that you worship, once you offer, hold it in your hand before offering and then chant all of your good intentions towards that lotus. Ask Ma to take away all the problems in your life. You're a person who's always blessed by Durga Ma, or somehow Kali Ma, Durga Ma, Devi protection is always on you. I didn't see that for any other pile, so this must be one pile who's suffered a lot, I think. Guilt of survival. So ancestors who lived while others died. So you have this in you. Like you must see even these days, accidents happen, 10 people die, but there's only one survivor of that entire family. Why do you think? Because that person had to carry all of this trauma and then process, learn, and then lead their life. The soul contract with the other people were over. So that person, imagine how that person feels. I wish I was dead, something like that. Because you can't live without other people. But it is teaching you a sense of detachment. No matter what happens, life must go on. So ancestors who lived while others died because of wars, accidents, or natural disasters, feeling unworthy of joy, self-sabotage, and hiding success. Let's say you have someone in your family committed suicide, or someone in your family just died because of the accident and you survived. All of these things are happening to you. Then you might be feeling, why am I supposed to live now? How am I supposed to live? Or if your friends are planning a movie and they ask you, can you come for this movie? You're like, I don't think I want to do that, because what will happen if I do that? I can't enjoy because they have passed away. Be happy for them because they have bigger purpose. They've already taken different bodies and they are surviving. Now, the feeling unworthy of joy, self-sabotage, and hiding success. So you're someone who feels very guilty to be successful as well. Now, the healing ritual for this is write down, I'm allowed to live fully, and place it under your pillow. Every single day, write it down and place it under pillow. Next day morning, you can remove it and dispose it off. Yellow flowers on your altar and sunlight meditations are powerful. Solar manifestation is a real thing. So if you can't sit under sunlight and do the meditation, I suggest take a glass of water, keep it underneath sun, charge it for half an hour to 1 hour, and then consume that water throughout the day. By sipping that water, say I release all the ancestral burden. Let's see if there is something more here. I told you were a mystic in your last life. I did know this, that you are somebody who has this immense knowledge about spell casting, powers, tantra vidya, all of these things. So inner call, soul led, mystic, courage. You just have to have the courage to accept who your family was and take it forward. You get dreams and death related dreams, and you will know when someone's dying. It's like simply mind blowing how you have the skill. Toxic loyalty. You have this generation stuck. You were a very nice person. Like I said, the vibe was that generations are stuck in suffering due to blind loyalty to family systems. So you're not someone who will go otherwise. What family rules say? Always that. Parivar, no parivartan. Sacrificing self for others, people pleasing attitude is there. And even if you're married to someone abusive, you will think 25,000 times before you take action or communicate that you have been abused, is only because you don't want to hurt your family or do something different and you become a people pleaser. Light a black candle and say, I release what isn't mine to carry. So if you don't want this burden of past life and you want to release it, this is the healing ritual you have to do, and come out of the toxic relationship. And use hematite for boundaries and practice cutting cords visualization. So if you don't know how to do this, I'm going to explain. So you will simply have to close your eyes and imagine there's a thin thread connected to you and this person, whoever is causing you harm, or your ancestors. You can think of the toxic situations your ancestors have been, and then you're going to cut it with a knife, with a scissor, whatever you're comfortable. Visualize all of this like there's an umbilical cord connected between the mother and the daughter or son. So cut that off like this. The thread should be cut off, and then you should imagine that person is now in a different plane of energy and you are in a different plane of energy. Or your ancestors' sins, burdens, all of these things are just cut off. That is going to be extremely beneficial for you. Let's see. Healing heart, emotions, time eases. So take some time to heal all of this. Your heart is a very healing heart. So your presence also is extremely healing. And do all of these remedies and you will see sudden changes in your life coming. This reading was totally worth it. If you don't resonate with a single pile, then cumulative piles should be taken as a reading. This is just a general reading. So if you want a personal reading, you know what to do. Book us. Thank you. Hari Om Tat Sat.